Hey, it's KJ, and what you're about to hear was one of the most glorious moments ever in the history of the Kind of Nerdy Girls. We had the opportunity to talk with Misha Collins from Supernatural. This was a few years ago when the Supernatural convention came through Indianapolis on the Giving Tour. So you are going to hear a little bit about that. Misha, of course, talks about his love of the fandom. We also ask him how he feels about Jeffrey Dean Morgan's beard. You'll understand that when it comes up in the interview later. It's a little confusing right now. And we ask him such things like his favorite boy band and if a hot dog is a snack or a meal. That's all I had right now as we reminisce on the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast with special guest Misha Collins. We knew you were going to call as soon as we stuffed our face with food. Please say hello while they're finishing their last bite to my co-host Katie, producer Jonna.
Hello.
And special guest Kitsy Duncan from the Oddity Files, who's a real ghost hunter.
Misha, it is a true pleasure.
That's incredible.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I have to, right, in this company.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Have you had a paranormal experience?
Ooh.
I have had a lot of abnormal experiences, but I have definitely had experiences that I, at the time, thought were paranormal. And, does that mean that you actually go and investigate ghost situations or try to exorcise homes or things like that?
What I do is I go to historically haunted locations. It's my son, a family friend, and I, and we go in, we try to get evidence, and we really do. It's absolutely amazing.
She's been choked.
I've been choked. My cohorts have been scratched. But I've had one follow me home, and I told her she could stay because she's lovely. But yeah, it's absolutely super intriguing.
So does that mean you now have a roommate that's a ghost?
I do. She's a 15-year-old servant girl from the 1800s.
Oh, my goodness. That's incredible. Does she do laundry and stuff?
No. God, I wish.
I want a ghost who does chores. How do I get one of those?
Now, maybe
Is
I
it
can...
your way of getting around child labor laws?
Well, you know.
She's from the 1800s.
That was supposed to be a secret, Misha.
Misha, speaking of abnormal things, we are having a very weird day. One, because you're here, but you've joined us on a day where we are paying tribute to Jeffrey Dean Morgan's beard.
My goodness, that is a weird vortex to step into.
It's a long story, but I tweeted something about cheese and Jeffrey's beard, and then he actually responded and was disappointed that we didn't talk more about his beard. So welcome to Jeffrey Dean Morgan Beard Tribute Day.
Well, it is an honor to be included on this day.
You know, I mean, you guys didn't really cross paths a lot on Supernatural, but have you crossed paths like at conventions at all? Do you have anything that you would like to share in appreciation for Jeffrey Dean Morgan's beard?
Well, I can say about Jeffery Dean Morgan. I know that's true. On the show, we didn't cross paths. So my character was introduced to the show after his character had left.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that Jared and Jensen were very young actors when they were starting on the show, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan really served as a surrogate father figure for them on the show. I mean, they have just the deepest and most abiding love for him. And I have met him many times at conventions and other events, and have just had the most lovely transactions with him. He is a really, really lovely human being. And more importantly, he has just an incredible beard.
Suck up.
Okay, so on a scale of John Winchester scruff to Negan beard, how do you prefer Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
I think Jeffrey wears that sort of scruff, like half-inch scruff, really well.
Yeah,
agreed.
I mean, he's got that chiseled look. He's got a little bit of salt and pepper in there now. he just looked good. I hope that one day I can sport scruff as in such a manly way as he does.
You know what? I will speak up and be honest. I'm anti-beard. So if
What?
you,
Yeah, right?
What a controversial position to stake.
I I know.
All the tabloids.
It's who I am, okay? All right.
Well, now that we're on the topic, if you don't mind my going on a brief tangent here.
Please.
So on Supernatural this season, Jared decided that he wanted to have Sam have a little bit of a beard. Not a full beard, but a lot longer stubble than usual.
Okay.
And these kind of decisions are not taken lightly. Like all of the producers were involved in conversations, and apparently, ultimately, approval had to come down from the president of Warner Brothers Television.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
That's crazy.
I was flabbergasted to learn that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so weird. You think people are sitting in a room, like, very seriously discussing Jared's facial hair.
Yeah.
I'm all for Jared's facial hair. All for it.
And now we're talking about it. So
So we'll dedicate a show to Jared's beard after this season.
So we are here in Indianapolis, where you are going to grace us with your presence, and we're very excited about the official Supernatural convention, The Giving Tour. And none of us have ever been. We're newbies.
Well, we're all thrilled to be coming. We always get really excited when we have the opportunity to go to a new city. We've been doing these Supernatural conventions for some time now, getting on toward a decade, and we really enjoy turning them into something of a circus where we basically dress up like monkeys and humiliate ourselves. But we just have fun with it. We do karaoke, we run little scavenger hunts, we have a lot of musicians in the cast, so there's just a lot of sort of interactive play that can come and take photos with us, and we'll humiliate ourselves in any way that fans ask us to, and we just enjoy it. But I also am excited because my grandmother and my mother are from Indianapolis, so
you've got Hoosier blood,
some home territory, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So, I mean, are there any local spots that you know of? Have you been to Indy enough to be like, when I come back to Indianapolis, this is where I eat? I mean, maybe you shouldn't tell us because we're all going to stake out those places.
Oh, no. In fact, this is a virgin experience for me. So I've never been.
Oh, wow.
It's where my grandmother grew up and where my mother was born. So it actually is like a pilgrimage for me, and I'm excited to go. So if anybody wants to give me tips on destinations not to miss, I would really...
If you want to meet up, we can always take you to the good places.
Definitely. You just say the word.
Here's the thing. When you get to Indianapolis, just meet at my house, and then we'll take you to all the places you need to see.
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
Okay, perfect. Just send me a Google Maps pin of the
You got it.
I'll bring ghosts and stuff. It'll be great.
I'll be the guy standing out front in a trench coat.
Perfect. And one thing that's a little different about this Supernatural Con, which we're really excited about, is it's called the Giving Tour because you're actually coming here to give back to Indianapolis with the Horizon House, right?
Yeah, so we are doing a handful of events this year where we're focusing more on local charity. So a portion of the proceeds from the event, Creation is the company that's organizing these events, a portion of those proceeds are going to Horizon House, and then we're also collecting donations from the participants, from the people that come to the convention, and we'll be hopefully collecting some sizable donations and actual physical goods to be donating.
We asked some of the girls. I know there are some guys coming too.
There's more girls.
We asked if anybody had any questions for you today, and it just happened to be that all girls answered.
Okay.
Coincidentally. Casey Elaine wants to know what you are looking forward to most about this new convention format.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that I love about being a part of a fandom, like a cult fandom like Supernatural, is that people get really, it is kind of cultish. And that's exciting because people will go to great lengths situation. And we've been able to do a lot of really great charitable stuff in this fandom.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually, Supernatural fans have raised the funds to build orphanages and high schools and help refugees. Last year we saved a dance school in South Africa from being closed, and this year we bought farmland for 250 female Rwandan genocide survivors. So
Oh my gosh.
we're just like, as a group, this fandom is able to pull off some really cool stuff, and I love the idea of traveling around and being silly and meeting fans, but also as we stop off at all of these destinations around North America, being able to leave a little bit of good in our wake. So that's the aspect of it that excites me, and that's what we're going to be doing in Indianapolis, and that's the first convention that we're doing this format.
I'm not going to mention any names. There are several girls in the room tearing up right now.
We're swooning. Totally swooning.
Before I let you go, do you mind if we just run through? We do this thing called the meaningless poll, and I just want to run through a few silly things and get your opinions on them. For starters, we just found out the most streamed artists of this summer are Drake and Maroon 5. Which one do you listen to more?
Maroon 5.
Nice. I
Good
like
answer.
that answer. Do you say aunt or do you say aunt?
I vacillate. I don't know why. I'm always insecure on this point, but I go back and forth between saying aunt and aunt. When I say aunt, I think I'm being pretentious. And when I say aunt, I think I'm being incorrect.
Yes.
So I'm lost.
Okay. The hot dog, is it a snack or a meal?
The hot dog is something that people should actually avoid.
Okay, fair enough. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Perfect. Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Backstreet Boys.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
God, I feel like I'm getting all of these questions right.
Which one do you like better, Jensen or Jared?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy, but I can't tell you.
He'd have to kill you.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. All right. One more. Which one did you like better as Lucifer? Mark Pellegrino, Rick Springfield, or you?
I think I'm going to have to go with Mark Pellegrino. He was the original. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that we had Rick Springfield in the mix on that. We all got to play the same character, and it was everybody was sort of pinching themselves when we found out that Rick was going to be part of the show. That was pretty awesome.
That's so cool. I just talked to him a couple weeks ago. He was in town doing a show, and he talked about what a cool experience it was. And I thought it was neat. He said it was cool that it was a lot more makeup. It wasn't CGI. Like he was like, man, they really went to town on the makeup. Like, it's like, I looked scary.
You really did.
Misha, before we let you go, can you please officially invite everyone who's listening right now?
This is Misha Collins, and I'm coming to Indianapolis for a Supernatural convention very shortly. I hope to meet you then.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. It's nice meeting
All right.
you.
We will see you in a few weeks. We're really looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Take care.
Thank you so much for joining me for a kind of nerdy flashback with the Supernatural family. Looking forward to what the season has in store for us, the final part of the final season this fall. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Kinda Nerdy Girls, and also on Facebook. We have a private group where we chat Supernatural quite a bit as well. That group is called the Kinda Nerdy Network. We'd love for you to join us. We are proud to be members of the Supernatural family, and we thank you for listening to this very special edition of the Kinda Nerdy Girls.